Hello there, what is up? I'm Commando. Welcome to my Elimination Chamber 2018 predictions. I think this is probably going to be a quick one because there's not a whole lot to talk about, and it's one of very many pay-per-views that is unnecessary. But there's a whole change to the pay-per-views that they revealed last week, where they're going to have less of them, where it's just going to be one a month apparently, but they're going to be like 4 hours long. So really, there is no difference when you think about it. Oh, and they're going to be dual branded as well, so basically destroying the mid card and because essentially all the matches will be title matches. There'll be no more. There'll be likely no more, matches that don't involve a title or what have you. So just them further ruining the brand split. They've done a good job so far. Well, on the SmackDown side, they've done a good job of ruining it, especially this last, year. Um, Whatever. Moving on. Let's go. This is just looking at this card is just outside of the chamber matches is just poor, very poor. Something just announced yesterday for the pre-show: Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the Miztourage. What the hell is that about? I'm guessing maybe to sort of set up Finn versus Miz at WrestleMania or something, but I'll go with Luke in that to win. They were sort of feuding with the revival, but then that's just stopped. That was even one of the main things. Like when you look on the Raw page going into, each week of Raw, and they have like the preview thing. They did say something about the revival, but then it got removed like a few hours before. Probably because that gauntlet match took up like most of the show and stuff had to be cut. But I don't know. They were feuding and then now they're not. So I don't know. You never know. Maybe they'll interfere here and beat them up, but I have my doubts, especially on the pre-show. Moving on, I could see something else being added. I don't know, maybe a cruiserweight match or something. But moving on, we have Braun Strowman versus Elias versus Finn Balor versus John Cena versus Roman and Seth Rollins versus The Miz in the first ever seven-man elimination chamber match. Now, the build has been good to this. I've enjoyed it. Like when Cena beat Finn a long time ago, I just thought that was insane and stupid. I was like, really? I mean, yeah, it was a good match, but I was like, why? That just didn't make sense to me. But then Finn got in after the whole Seth Finn double pin thing, which was pretty cool. And I like what they're doing with Elias and Braun. And I liked Seth, like Seth's performance in that gauntlet match, like that really impressed me. Really made me look at him in a new way. Very, very impressive. And I like what they're doing with Elias and Braun, that whole thing with the big bass guitar cello thing, that was funny as hell. I like that side. So some people don't like that. They think that you should just be a monster or whatever, but no, I like the funny side to things. I think that's good. I think something they need to do with Braun, if they're gonna do this thing where he hits lots of people with power slams and they chant one more time or whatever, they need to he needs to really, get them hyped for it. He needs to, do it slowly and get the crowd really cheering for it, Instead of he just kind of just does it, and he'll just do it a few times. It's not really that impressive. Like, do it through a table or something or something, do something a little bit different. Um, but as for whole win, I think we all know. And when we say it, we gotta put a lot of emphasis on it, like Michael Cole does. Maybe it gets Vince to the point of ejaculation. I don't know, but he says it every time he comes out. He's like, "It's the big dog!" He says it like that. He puts so much emphasis on it when he says it. It's like the one thing he has to get right the entire night. And the same like Sasha Banks. He's like, "It's boss time!" He puts so much emphasis into it. So I'll go with Roman Reigns. I imagine he'll win it. So yeah, this is my actual suggestion. Like a month ago, I said that he should win this. So I imagine he will. Moving on, we have Alexa Bliss versus Bayley versus Mandy Rose for Mickey James versus Sasha Banks versus Sonya Deville. Elimination Chamber match for the Raw Women's title. Um, the only person I can see winning is Alexa. I don't really see them taking the title off her. Like, it's weird. We've went from like 6 months ago where the titles were changing a lot leading into pay-per-views, and now it's like none of them are gonna change. It's strange, but like I've said before, this is an unnecessary pay-per-view. Kind of all the pay-per-views in between WrestleMania and Rumble are pointless now. Didn't used to be, but they are now. So it's because there's so many of them and there's just no need for them. Um, so yeah, I'll go Alexa. Maybe Nia Jax like will get pissed because she'll. Well, there's no way she's winning against Asuka, and she could like interject herself into that match or something, take somebody out. I wouldn't be against it. So yeah, I'll go Alexa. Moving on, we have Asuka versus Nia Jax. Build's been alright. Jax has beat her up a few times. Said some stuff. Asuka had like a weird promo this week. I think she kind of, I don't know. I think she maybe needs. I thought she was okay. I didn't think it was that bad, but I think she really needs someone to talk for her. Or just have better people, putting together her promos. Um, but I thought she did okay. And at least it was better than another video package that doesn't really do anything. Because we've seen it 1,000 times now. So I'll go with Asuka for the win. But it could be good. They had some alright matches at NXT. So I'll go Asuka. And then we have Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. Don't care. I'll go Matt Hardy. Feud is crap. They laugh at each other every week. But people are like, oh, you have to have patience. Oh, we have to get to know the Woken universe. Ooh. No. They don't do anything. There's nothing progressively being shown to us. There's nothing progressively being introduced to us. It's shit. Both of these guys are shit. They are. They're being used horribly. Absolutely horribly. I want to see the crazy stuff from TNA. What made me love the Broken Matt Hardy thing. When you see those crazy backstage vignette things or whatever you want to call them, the stuff that he was doing in TNA, that's that style of camera work and what have you. We need to see that. Not just these sack of shit promos that mean absolutely nothing. Because that's all it is from both guys. I like them both, but they're being utilized horribly. It's almost getting on to the Bray Finn level of horrible feuds. It's getting there. Nothing's happening. I want to see a final deletion type thing, and I want to see that Matt Hardy have those crazy segments like he did in TNA. But I don't know. Apparently Bray's beat him twice, so I'll go with Matt winning, but no idea, and I don't give a crap. And then finally, we have another random match. We have Cesaro and Sheamus versus Titus Worldwide, which is now Titus O'Neil and Apollo. No last name anymore. They're taking that away from him because he has the same name as some guy that shot a bunch of people or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't really follow the news, but apparently that was the reason because he has the same name as that. Okay, so if the guy's name was like Jeffrey Cena, would Cena get his name taken away? No, he wouldn't. So it's a load of shit. But that's Vince for you. And this match kind of just thrown together last minute. Like I said, like there's a few teams on Raw, and they just like Raw. Raw's better than SmackDown, but I think the tag division is just so horribly used. Like there is teams there, but they never use them. Like Slayer and Sheamus. Slayer and Rhino on main event like every single week. They were against the Revival this week, and main event is just such a horribly edited show. I mean, holy crap! If you watch it, it's ridiculous. This week was bad. Like the Slayer and Rhino versus the Revival was like the second match, and the second match always has a break in it. But they edit so much out of it. I just don't get it. Like what surprised me was most of the match and what we got to see. Slayer and Rhino was on the offensive. They were dominating, which is just so weird to me. Like to begin the match, I'm like, okay then, but they're gonna make their comeback. But then they go to break and they come back, and it's obvious that they've caught where the break should have came back at, because it's instantly at the hot tag. There's no introduction like, oh, welcome back. It's clear that they're already in the middle of talking about something, and this isn't where the break was supposed to resume from. So we've went from Slayer and Rhino clotheslining them out the ring or whatever, the usual go to a break move, and then we come back and it's insta hot tag from Slater to somebody or something, and then they just beat them up, and then the revival, The Revival's one move in the match, one offensive move in the match, was the bloody shatter machine. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? This is so insulting. And this is the same with the first match. As soon as it's over, it lasts like a 5 minutes. Just boom. Very occasionally they'll show the replay. That's something they used to do, but they very rarely even do it now. Or they'll sometimes say a little something afterwards, but this time it's just here's your winner. I think it was like Grand Metalik, and then boom, cut, raw recaps, raw recaps, raw recaps, raw recaps. It's like why bother? Why not just make it a raw recap show instead of wasting time with these matches? You're just gonna edit so much out of it. It's ridiculous. It really is crazy. But as for this, I imagine Saro and that'll win. I think maybe they're keeping the titles till WrestleMania, maybe lose to the Revival or something. I don't know, but I don't like what they're doing with the tag division on Raw. I really don't. Like Paul and Titus are good. I like that they're doing some stuff for them, but this is just kind of thrown together last minute. So I really don't care. I really don't care. But oh, and there's also a Ronda Rousey contract signing thing, so I imagine they'll begin the set up to whatever they're gonna do with her at WrestleMania. So yeah, when it was announced, I was like, all right, okay, cool. I don't really have much thoughts on it. You haven't really given me much to say about it, so I don't have anything to say about it. But that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Jeff Jarrett got announced for the Hall of Fame, which was pretty shocking in my opinion. Didn't see that coming. And there was also a thing where fans at NXT at a show were chanting stereotypical insults at Kairi Sane. Something about Pearl Harbor and happy endings or something. I was just like, what the fuck? So sad. So sad. Crazy that we're still dealing with shit like that, you know? Pathetic. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I don't really care about this show, and it's going to be even worse for Fastlane, which is in 2 weeks. Because SmackDown is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. See ya.